So I got this friend who just spent $30,000 on a thing. It wasn't even a car. It wasn't even an appreciating asset like real estate. It was literally just a thing that cost $30,000, but they felt it was totally worth the money. Now, believe me, I'm actually not going to roast this purchase. There are actually expensive things in our lives that we're gonna spend money on that will be 100% worth it. And even if this channel is called The Frugal Rich, frugality doesn't mean hoarding all your pennies and only saving money. It's not even about being a cheapskate. When you're frugal, you're actually just being intentional. You're being intentional by cutting back on spending that doesn't add value to you, but spending on things that do add value to you. You to you, value to you, too many ooh sounds, okay? So we're gonna reveal what that $30,000 purchase was, but also share a few other expensive purchases starting at $50 that are still totally worth it. These are gonna be purchases that I've made throughout my entire life as a frugal person and from other frugal people that find these purchases totally worth it. Let's look at the range of $50 to $200. An electric toothbrush. You could buy a quality electric toothbrush for around $50. Me personally, I use the Burst toothbrush, and I'll be honest, I was skeptical at first. I thought nothing could beat me and a good old Oral-B just going ham, but turns out those supersonic vibrations actually do something and do leave me feeling cleaner and without cavities every time I go to the dentist. There are other high-end electric toothbrushes out there like the Philips Sonicare, but looking at reviews, Burst does give you the same clean but at a better value. The bristles of the toothbrush are actually really soft, and it has a rechargeable battery that lasts for a really long time, so I don't even need to bring the charger with me when I go out. And then you can replace the head of the toothbrush for hygienic purposes. If you have an electric toothbrush, let us know in the comments if you also find it worth it, but for me, I have zero regrets. Another purchase within this price range that is totally worth the money is for a very good knife. Under 200 bucks, you could get a knife that's gonna last you for years to come. And because it's so sharp and stays sharp, it's actually safer for you. Surprisingly, a blunter blade will result in more injuries because you're gonna have to use more force, and that could result in, slips. For my wife and I, our most used knife was one that we splurged on when we were in Japan. I don't know what they have going on out there, but they've been sharpening knives and katanas for hundreds of years, so they got some pretty quality stuff. And if you have a knife that you recommend or that you've been using for a while, also let us know in the comments. We're a community here, and we want to be able to spend our money on things that will actually last. Okay, let's crank up the price to now $200 to $500. I promise we're gonna get to a $30,000 purchase, but I felt like these items on the list here are gonna be more relatable for us today. So we gotta cover the trusty old KitchenAid mixer. This is a purchase that personally we haven't made yet. My wife definitely wants to get one of these eventually, but already, as someone that doesn't even own one, I see KitchenAids in people's homes that have been there for 10 to 15 years. I can't say from personal experience, but it looks like these KitchenAids are lasting people for forever. Apparently, these things are so durable that people are passing them down from generation to generation. And just look at the build of this thing, that heavy-duty metal housing. There's not a lightweight piece of plastic in sight. This is a common trend with durable items. They have a weight to them, they have this stability, and that shows how durable they really are. The average cost of these bad boys are around $400 to $500, but I'm sure you can still find quality ones used on Facebook Marketplace. And if you're curious, the average cost of one of these bad boys is around $400. All right, now this next purchase is something sitting in this room right now. In fact, I am sitting on this next purchase. A good quality desk chair, especially if you're someone that works at home, is an important purchase to make because this could make or break your back or just your overall comfort while you're trying to be productive. I just attached this headrest for the video, but I'm on this ergonomic chair from FlexiSpot, and it keeps me really comfortable because one, it's like mesh, so like it's breathable, and there's this great lumbar support here right on my lower back, so I'm chilling. So as someone that writes a lot, films a lot, and just does a lot of creative work, sometimes your boy just needs to sit down even though I'm at a standing desk, and this chair at least makes my sitting experience more bearable. And what's funny too, and a little extra, this thing has a footrest, so if I just want to lounge around in this office as I'm thinking or reading, it's really easy to do so. Heck, and even for my wife's office, we got her another FlexiSpot chair, and this one has the little foot ring on the bottom so you can rest your feet while you're doing other projects. And And throughout this video, I'm gonna try to put the links to these items in the description, especially if I own it myself. So for this Flexi Spa chair, you can also see the link down below. All right, and before this becomes too much like an ad, let's talk about the $1,000 to $5,000 range. Because my wife and I just moved to a new rental that does not include a washer and dryer, bummer, we ended up doing a bunch of research to find a laundry set that worked for us. So my point here is to get a quality washer and dryer set. I want to know what brands have been really helpful for you, because honestly, reviews online for washers and dryers are just all over the place. One that does stand out when it comes to durability is the Speed Queen. My only issue is that those things don't really have a lot of capacity, and they're just a little bit too pricey for my liking. We ended up going with this GE front load washer and dryer set. It actually has a capacity of like 5 point something cubic feet on the inside. So this was just perfect if we wanted to throw in some bedding or just a lot of clothes. The reviews were good enough. There was a little sale at Best Buy as well. But once again, I want to hear from you guys. What are the washer and dryer sets that have lasted you for years? Because I'm sure other people who are in the market watching this video probably want some good recommendation. All right, let's make a big jump here and talk about items that cost $10,000 to $30,000. Now we're at the point of talking about cars. And from my own personal experience from childhood to today, I think a Honda or a Toyota is definitely worth the money. I currently drive a 2012 Honda Civic, which I bought back in early 2020. And boy, I only bought it back then for $4,800, but now if I wanted to sell it, it would probably be worth around $12,000. And now that I'm getting close to clocking in 200,000 miles on this Civic, it's not just a coincidence that a lot of people are making their Hondas and Toyotas last for years and years and are frequently breaking the 200,000 mile milestone. Maybe we'll just say milestone. From the little I know about Honda and Toyota, I know they've built their reputation around simplicity. And because they're not trying to reinvent the wheel with every car model they have, they've been able to just refine their proven engines and transmissions so that by the time they do land in your driveway, they've already been tested, driven, and perfected. So that's why they're extremely reliable. Another reason why I'm like a diehard Honda and Toyota guy is because of the easy access to replacement parts. Because these cars are literally being distributed all around the world all the time, it's super easy to find replacement parts, which makes them a lot cheaper. All you really got to do with these cars, and literally any car, is just maintain it, change that oil regularly, change the transmission fluid when it needs to be done, and just follow your dad's advice. And if your dad's not in the picture, that's why I'm telling you right now. Or watch this dude on YouTube. His name is Scotty Kilmer, total legend, knows what he's talking about, and can help you keep your car going for 200 to 300,000 miles. And finally, let's find out what that $30,000 purchase was. Do you consider yourself a frugal person?
I think so, and a lot of people know me as the Frugal Millionaire, so it's in my title. I think, yeah, I think so.
And I know she mentioned millionaire, but she's now a multi-millionaire with a net worth of over $2 million. But I'm telling you, this wasn't built from a high salary or a commission-based sales or entrepreneurial job. This was just from her and her husband earning a modest living and managing their behaviors and budget wisely. All right, as a frugal person, what is one expensive purchase that was worth the money?
I got a big one for you, and I'm almost afraid to admit this, but for years, my husband and I wanted to redo our whole backyard. It's a swamp. We could never use it. It was the only area of our house we couldn't use it, but it was so expensive. I finally was like, you know what? Let's save up. Let's pay for it in cash. No debt. Okay. No debt. No credit cards here. $30,000. It was expensive, but we were really mindful about the purchase, paid for it in cash. And honestly, we go out there like 2-3 times a day, rain or shine. It has been a huge change, and like my son loves it. He runs around playing with all the rocks in the backyard. It was totally worth it, and I'm really glad that we thought about it and we did it mindfully.
Right, so you spent $30K on that.
Yeah.
What are like the highlights that make it so worth it?
We get so much more quality time together now too, because before it felt like, oh, it's let's just stay in the house, or oh, we just have to go to a park or whatever. But now I can go outside at any point, get some fresh air. We have a little like water feature, so I can listen to the sound of water. It is such it's a little paradise in our backyard.
There we go. Based on values-based spending. And there we go, $30,000 for a backyard makeover. This wasn't just a purchase that was made willy-nilly, but this was a purchase that added more value to their life. And for me, I think that is totally worth it. And if you want to see other purchases that I find totally worth it, there's a video of that right here. Just give it a click and also join the Frugal Rich community on Facebook. It's totally free if you haven't joined already, but that is down in the description. So yeah, give this a click. I'll see you guys over there. Peace.